Hey there, this is Juho Tunkela, and right now we're going to talk about the new golden era of ebooks. And I would say, finally, the author from the cold can win. And I don't say that just because I come from the cold north of Europe, that is Finland. But let me just tell you what this means. And let me start by a little bit of a story. It did not go down very well at first. I was talking to a friend of mine, one of my go-to guys, and he said, "What? Ebooks? What is this, 2004?" Because it sounds kind of outdated if you've been in the online business for some time. And there was a little bit of explaining to do, and I'm going to do the same explaining to you in this presentation. It took a little bit of digging actually to get to the meat here, but I'm going to share it with you, my findings. And truth is, I could hardly blame him, because ebooks have been around practically forever online, but it's just the internet, and it's not, the sort of normal, real people, so to speak. It's just the internet marketers and other online people who have been buying and selling ebooks for, I don't know, about 10 years. But now the mass market game is about to begin, and it has already begun, and that means a massive change for everybody, whether you're just a reader, or you're a writer, or you're someone looking to make some money online. And let's go through that a little bit. And here's the thing: many people think of ebooks as low value products. There's $10, $20, $30 price at most. And there are some ramifications to that. Who wants to deal with all the traffic you need to generate and all the support required by thousands of customers? Because when you have a product that is low in price, you need a lot of customers. And I know from experience that it can be tough. But there's something interesting happening. And yes, it's true. When you're selling something for cheap, a lot of the clients may not be so easy. It's just a fact of business, fact of life. And in fact, many people have already moved on a long time ago from ebooks. Have you noticed all the $2,000 info products, $5,000 mastermind groups, $8,000 mentoring programs? They're everywhere these days, and everybody's an expert apparently these days, and it's fine, but that's not all. It is a lot of what you see these days, though, and it's a sign of that things are moving in a certain direction. And here's where I want to say yes, however. Something definitely has changed, and it's really caught my attention a few years ago already, but now it's really coming to a head, and it's happening, and it's irreversible, really. And that is the fact that I like to call the Apple factor. And it's not the fancy gadgets, it's not the operating system, any of that. It's distribution. And the likes of Apple and Amazon, and especially Apple, they have completely changed how distribution happens. It is both centralized, but it's also open, but it's also no longer up to you alone. But wait just a minute. This sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Because let's take a look at music, for instance. Just a few years ago, getting your music out there used to be hard. I mean, really hard, because the record companies had such a stranglehold on the industry, and there were just a few hit artists and whatnot. But by the time Napster did their thing, by the time MySpace provided originally a place for bands to get their music out there, and then iTunes, while after all of them were done, the game had completely changed. And the same exact thing happened to software. Have you ever heard of Angry Birds? I'm sure you have. They just sold something like 10 million copies of Angry Birds Rio version in just 10 days. You do the math. They actually have their offices kind of close to where I am, and they're just making money hand over fist. And but the thing is, before that happened, that company, Robio, they almost went bankrupt. They were really, really close. They were kind of a trouble child in the Finnish game industry until distribution changed. The Apple App Store, it changed everything. Everybody was on an even level all of a sudden. So if you just knew the process and you had a really good product. And after 52 misses, they finally had a hit. Have you tried 52 times and looking for that one hit? Well, they did. Anyway, rest is history. They're looking for an IPO now and whatnot. But my point is, the same exact change is happening in ebooks right now. And the thing is, there's constant news coming out that independent authors is thriving on Amazon. For example, this guy called Stephen Leather, he's a British independent writer. He just got tired of trying to get published, and also he priced his book very low, like I think $1.50, but he's selling 2,000 copies of his thriller daily. You do the math. That's handsome income. And another person, Karen McQuestion, she's a 49-year-old mother of 3, and she just did the same and almost instantly sold 36,000 copies and counting. I don't know where that number is now. Plus, she's got a film deal in the making. And these are real people. There's no special, star treatment or special backing. And these are just real results by normal people, just like you. And here's how the math works, in case you don't know. You write a book and you price it, let's say $10. It's quite common in the Kindle ebook store on Amazon. And then Amazon distributes it and takes their $3, 30%. And you bank a pure $7 for each sale of the book. But here's the thing that a lot of people are missing. There are no advertising costs. As an author who wants to just do their thing and get their book out there selling, this is huge. You don't need to worry so much about the cost of getting a reader. So yes, if you look at someone like Stephen Leather, he really is making over $2,000 every day in pure profit. And, I'm sure there's many other unsung heroes who aren't making quite that much, or who knows, maybe even more. But the point is that the playing field has been leveled, and these kind of success stories are cropping up all the time. Every week I see news stories like this. And this is really the time when the opportunity is clear, but the marketplace is not crowded yet. So you could be one of these people. This could be it, This is one of those golden moments. I've been waiting to do this presentation for quite some time, and I really now feel that it's time to attack this. And if you want to join me, then you're free to do so. I've got quite a bit to say about this whole subject, and I'd like to call this the age of authorpreneurship. Author and entrepreneur, cute wordplay, whatever, but that's what it is. Here's what it means. You finally get to focus on writing only, and whether you do it by chapter by chapter, whether you just like to hammer out a book in a weekend, whether you like to speak and then have it transcribed, doesn't matter. You get to focus on how it works for you. You can leave the advertising to Amazon and their friends. And here's one thing you may not know. They probably have the biggest affiliate program in the world. They're Amazon associates, they call them, and if they see something has potential, they'll just run with it, and you get to benefit. And the only question is here, how soon can you start, basically? Because everything's ready here. Everything's ready. You don't need to, do anything fancy or get any training programs or whatever. You just do your thing. And when you begin, how will you know what to do? And here's the thing. You could go with these. I've been doing a lot of legwork and research for you. Sites like Wattpad.com or Smashbooks.com or a newcomer called ebookling.com. These are all sort of ebook aggregator sites, kind of, and ebooklink.com even lets you publish books chapter by chapter if you're intimidated by the whole writing process, and you can charge people, whatever, like $1 per chapter, and then they're on your mailing list, and you go on. You could do this. However, I wouldn't necessarily go with these because, and these don't cost you anything. You can go research them if you like. But the thing is, the biggest promise by far is still in the Amazon Kindle store. And here's why. They have the global reach. They are the 800-pound gorilla. You know that. You probably bought a ton of books from there and who knows what else. And they have the affiliates, like I said. They call them associates, but whatever. They have the actual physical devices, and here's also something people kind of miss. The Kindle is still far outselling even the iPad as an e-reader device. They managed to corner the market, and also, of course, they're bolted right on to Amazon, so why not? And here's even more. Even on the iPad, I do like my iPad, and one of the applications that I most love happens to be the Kindle application from Amazon. I just love it, and so it's pretty huge, and it's not going anywhere, and it's where you want to be. If you want a strong head start, you go with Amazon. And of course, there are copycats coming. There's Barnes and Noble, and there's a whole huge list of other ebook publishers. Well, no, you are actually the publisher, but distributors, I meant to say. And you can once you've got going with Amazon, you can sell even more books with them as the playing field becomes more clear and you know who to go with. But right now, brass tacks, let's get to it. How can you become a 2011 style authorpreneur? And like I said, I've been doing quite a lot of research for you, and to help you become the new style ebook author, I've located a pretty good resource, and surprise, surprise, it's also an ebook. It's called Kindle Revolutions. It's written by a guy called Paul Coleman. It's what you need to quickly get your books on Amazon's Kindle store. It just explains the whole process. There's no fluff. There's no funny things going on. You can see the link below. There should be a link somewhere around here. So you check it out and get your copy so you can get started on this process right away. Don't wait, because this is the perfect time. I've been waiting quite some time to really talk to you about this. And yeah, I just finished reading Kindle Revolutions, and it is relievingly brief. It's not some huge manual or anything like that. It's practical, it's to the point. It gives you step-by-step instructions, how to create the files you need that Amazon accepts, how do you set things up on Amazon, and how do you promote it within Amazon effectively. It's very practical. So also I'm considering putting together a new course, which could be something like Amazon Authorpreneur's Speed Writing Course, in which I would divulge my sort of, 20-year writer's career, best techniques I've got, and believe me, I've got a lot of them. And that is a working title. Doesn't sound like a real one, but let me know in advance if you're interested. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do this, but if there's enough interest, I just might do it, because it's something I'm really passionate about, and I know I can help a lot of people write better and faster. So, like I said, I'm really excited about these new developments and want you to succeed. So, final words. This is the golden time of ebooks, and this is the era of authorpreneurship, and it's time you got a piece of it, because this is finally the time when you can become the publisher. You don't have to suck up to anybody, and you can just write and get your stuff out there. It's amazing. Most people don't really realize the ramifications of this, but if this presentation helped at all in the way that I intended, perhaps you're starting to. And it is the time when the little guy can win, so to speak. as one of my copywriting mentors, Johan Mock, is very fond of saying, and I just wanted to put it here because it's so pertinent to this topic. So here's what I got for you today. So I really hope you check out this whole Amazon ebooks game, because it's really gonna be the thing that is going to become more evident this year and next year, and there'll be a lot of opportunity. And if you have anything in the works, put it out there. If you have anything in your drawers, put it out there. So get in the game. Okay, Juha Tunkela, over and out for now. Bye-bye.